Hey guys, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Dimitri Giancoulis. I've been a fitness trainer for 25 years. I've been an exercise sport nutritionist for 20. I've been running my own company, Pure Motivation Fitness, for 15 years. And I'm extremely disgusted right now. I took a walk right now to settle my mind, but I'm disgusted, I'm appalled. I can't even sum up the words that I have right now that I want to say for what our government is doing to us. It's unbelievable that when I watch the news or if I hear people talking about lockdowns that are happening right now, there is no lockdown. The only lockdown that's happening is businesses are being penalized, okay? Gyms, salons, and restaurants, that's it. They're being penalized. There's a beer store behind me, okay guys? There's a beer store, it's got an open sign that's flashing right now. There you go. You can see it flashing right there. Okay, why is a beer store able to be open and to provide people drugs, to get intoxicated, to get fat, to make them feel good for that moment and then get worse? How is that able to be allowed open? How are liquor stores able to be allowed open? How on earth is Yorkdale able to service 3,000-4,000 people on a weekend? And you look at our plaza, how dead it is. You look at all the stores and they're all closed, right? And now retail is able to have the opening now. So how is this being fair right now? How is there a lockdown? There's no lockdown for construction, and I have many clients that have construction businesses, and I love them to death, but it's totally not fair. Construction is able to work. You have municipalities able to work. You have infrastructure companies able to work. Governments, anyone who works for the government right now is sitting on your ass enjoying your long weekend Easter. Your long weekend Easter, you had Friday off, you have Monday off, you had the weekend off. You're enjoying yourself, you're enjoying your sick days, you're enjoying your paid vacation, extra days, while small business owners like ourselves are struggling to just make ends meet. And for some businesses like restaurants that have been fooled into being told that they could open up their restaurants and they could train staff. I have a friend downtown who had trained staff for over a month, put $5,000 to $7,000 into opening patio, lights, heaters, food, meat, alcohol. And to be what? To be told by Mr. Doug Ford and his Ku Klux Klan group that we have to shut down again? How do you structure that? The entire Toronto region has been shut down. Everyone else is losing businesses. I have friends, personal friends that own gyms that have shut their gyms down and closed their small personal training studios. Why? Because of a pandemic? Listen, my wife's a type 1 diabetic. I don't need anybody to tell me that I should be sitting here and thinking about, our health and thinking about the wellness of people. I'm a coach, damn it. I've been saving lives and changing lives for 25 years. This is bullshit. I understand we're trying to stop the curve. I understand we're trying to make this a healthier place. But you don't do it at the measures and the cost of small business owners like myself. Doug Ford and your unorganized, mismanaged group of professionals, this message for you. I hope everybody watching this message can hashtag Fire Ford Open Ontario and not re-elect these clowns who are putting themselves in place to be the ones in charge of our businesses. Okay? You want to help the curve? You want to stop this curve and you want to help people? Why don't you start putting out some messages of health and fitness, of immunity, of how people should be eating healthier? Why don't you put together some stuff on meditation that are free, YouTube videos to help people who are suffering right now and not able to care for themselves? You talk about mental health and that rising right now. Do you care for the fact that business owners that wake up like me and go to their studios and go to their businesses, salons? There's a salon right there, Ronnie Salon, okay? Why is he closed for? 1,500 square feet, why is he closed for? Because what? He's gonna stop the curve? But then Costco and Walmart and Yorkdale have hundreds of people? Where are your brain cells, Doug Ford? Where are your brain cells, everyone who's following you and behind you? What kind of cowards are running this country? Ontario's had some of the strictest closures from any other country in the world. And what's happening to our numbers? They get good, they get bad, and what do? The ICU gets busy, so you shut everything down. There's no shutdown. You're picking on businesses that don't have a governing body like ourselves to fight back and stand up for ourselves. Physiotherapists, chiropractors, doctors, they all have the chiropractic and physiotherapy college that supports them. Who do restaurant owners have? Who do salons have? Who does a beauty shop have? There's a beauty shop right next door to me. They've been closed for who knows how long. And why? They're gonna help people feel better. What do gyms do? Gyms are helping provide health, wellness, education, motivation, instruction. They're raising people's ability to get through this time. And what do? You close us down. But let's keep the LCBO open. Why? Because you guys are drug dealers. You guys are scammers. I'm disgusted. I've been a Canadian citizen for 43 years, and I gotta tell my kids right now to be careful when they grow up, who they vote for, what they pay attention to, what they watch, who they listen to. Why? Because we're trying to stop the curve? We're trying to keep everything safe? How many gym owners out there have spent so much, thousands of dollars, restaurants, salons, all these businesses that you want us to buy stickers on the floor to show social distancing? For what? Only to be shut down again? You allowed us to open last month for 30 days. We made so much change and so much positivity in people's lives who come to our gym, who have been closed and who've been locked up and cooped up. Look at the kids nowadays. You want to talk about good that you're doing? You're ruining the lives of teenagers and children that are going to school and learning online and not being able to be at parks and play, and all for what? Because you guys have a plan. Doug Ford, you don't have a plan. Justin Trudeau, you don't have a plan. You're talking about getting the vaccines out. Meanwhile, they're all stuck in freezers and storages and people are complaining. Disgusting, complete disgusting. I'm sorry if I'm coming out negative today, and I'm usually an extremely positive person, and I'm an extremely motivating person that's here to motivate, educate, inspire. But when I'm standing outside my studio, okay, 7,500 square feet, and I'm standing outside of a gym that used to house people who come happy, who leave their jobs. Sometimes they're miserable at their jobs. They leave their work to come here to be happy. They leave their homes because sometimes they're not happy with their homes. And they come here because they have happiness. You've cut down the ability for people to be able to make a living. How about our staff? How about our staff, Doug Ford? Are you gonna pay some of your paycheck? And all the gluttons that work with you, gluttons, that's what I'm gonna call you guys right now, gluttons. Because when you stand in front of TV and you tell people we're all in this together, you're full of shit. You know what would be really nice? If you guys had any brains right now, and I'm sorry that I'm going off chart because many people know me as a very polite and respectable human being, but I'm disgusted. And if you're watching me right now thinking, wow, this guy's lost it, well, you know what? If you woke up every day and you went to your gym and your business and you weren't allowed to work and help cure people, and you had staff that have families and jobs that now have to go get other jobs in other industries to buy time for a month, you'd feel just the same way. So for all the government employees that are watching right now, thinking, man, I wish there was something you should do, instead of throwing $20,000 in our faces and acting like you're trying to help us out with rent subsidies, which cover a portion of our rent when we're partially opened, or a portion of our rent when we're closed, what about the other expenses that run a business? If you have any brains, you'll realize that the momentum that has been lost over the last year from closing companies down for more than 30 days not only destructs the business, but the staff that work for the business. So the next time you're gonna stand on stage, Mr. Doug Ford and all your little Ku Klux Klan people, and I'm saying that because I'm aggravated right now, I'm furiated. I have no other words to say. Instead of dropping F-bombs, I'm gonna say things because that's what we feel about you. That's what you've done. Had you guys said, you know what, we're all gonna take a pay cut. The entire, government workers are gonna take a 10% pay cut, and that money's gonna go pool to businesses like ours that are closed, then that would be something that would be helpful. But no, you guys are not doing that. Now you're looking at doing a stay-at-home order again? What are you guys doing this weekend? What are you doing right now when you're sitting at home with your family, enjoying your time off, enjoying your sick days, your holiday days, your paid off days? Disgusting, mismanaged. If anyone has watched this video in its fullest, I please ask you to share it with people, put a hashtag Fire Ford Open Ontario, and realize that this is not a joke. This is not a fairy tale. A lot of people who are watching this video are still working in their businesses, are still working in their jobs, have their construction, whatever business you're in. If it's still working and you've done amazing this year, well, great. I love you. It's not your fault. But for those of you who are suffering, those of you who have closed your businesses, all the companies downtown Toronto, I have a friend that has 2 gyms downtown and he's had to shut 1 gym down. Why? Because of the virus? So then how the hell can you explain that you can have Costco, Walmart, Dollarama, all these big box chains open with hundreds of people inside them, but you can't have 5 people in a gym? What are you, lost? Crazy? You call yourself politician? What kind of brains do you guys have? Disgusted. I hope everyone watching this video will sit back and think the next time that there's votes happening or there's going to be an election happening, that you do not vote these people back in office. Disgusting. That's all I have to say. Disgusting. For everyone else watching who's been supporting us, our members, our staff, people in our community, my family, those of you who know me for years, please understand I've had enough. I spent a whole day at my studio trying to figure out what we can do to help our members out, working in the dark to conserve energy. Why? So we can get through this COVID closures again. Why? So other people in other industries can still be working and think, oh my God, there's a problem in the hospitals. So how is closing a salon down for someone that's cutting hair? Or how is closing a studio, a small studio, I'm not talking big box chains, a small studio that can easily have their members follow protocol, that can easily have people distance in a 6 to 9 foot radius, that can easily have 5 people in a 7,500 square foot location. How the hell is your closer making it better for them? You're basically crushing businesses down to the minute level. But remember, this is a lockdown. Wake up, people. You're living in a society that is fake. Not only is there fake news, but we have a fake government. And if we don't stick up for ourselves, we're not going to get any better. I had to get this rant out. Thank you for those watching. If you can share this video and let them know that small business owners are the only ones that are working together. And right now, my heart goes out to every gym owner, big box, small box, every salon, every dance studio, anyone who's been told to close because of the big bad wolf, Mr. Doug Ford, and all his chief medical officers that are brainwashing people and making them feel that the hospitals need to be saved. Well, guess what? Idiots, cowards. If you're worried about the hospitals being saved and worried about the numbers being down, why don't you go tell Costco to have 50 people per hour or 20 people per hour? Why don't you go tell Dollarama or the LCBO we're going to only open on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays? You cowards. Have a wonderful day to everyone else but the politicians.